This is Gerald Johan van Waas and the educational channel of demonstrations regarding the theory that I developed and worked out that shows how letter combinations in words really direct you into the direction that is intended in the words, and in a way that you can even transform and translate the letter combinations in such a way that they show you in which direction you have to think, in which direction the forms are formed. This method has a reason why it exists, but that's not what I'm talking about. Here, in these couple of videos, I will demonstrate in which way you have to think, in which way you have to combine the letters so that you can see how it works. Here I will demonstrate the difference between the word house and mouse. Just one letter difference will make a completely different form, and that's what I will show you here. The letters of house are the H, the O, the U, the S, and of course the E, only in the as a written form. The H is like a framework that connects elements within that same frame. The O is associated with the environment, the U is something that is in development, and the S is the utmost effect that you can get out of something. The E itself is more or less like this is the addition. It also shows you that if it's only written that this is a reference frame. The reference frame of E is then also, it is about extensions. It shows you we will have to focus mainly on the extensions, but that is only written, so it's not pronounced, so it is in the background. This is an extra reference in the word that we see there, that it reminds us now this is about extensions. So how shall we combine these letters? The O and the U together, it means that we have a kind of environmental association in which only a part will be emphasized. If we have this idea and we will put this idea onto the framework, it will mean that within the frame we will have environmental places that are partly emphasized, partly that we have certain environments that we put out, that we will take out, we will focus upon them, and they are in a kind of developing state, so it is only a part of it is emphasized. That's the how. That's the how that you have there in that within that frame. And with the S, the house will show you this is the effect that it will of focus. This is the effect of focus. Because of the E, it will also focus upon whatever extensions it will bring. It can be the extensions. Okay, we will take one of the extensions outside, but it can be outside, inside. It is a framework that goes from one environment to another environment. That's the kind of associations that you will have with a house. And this was an association with that you can find in theory described in my first book, or the first part of my book Sounding Form. The second part is giving you a clue how you can find the same elements in other scripts, and I will give you a demonstration of that as well. If I look up the letters, not just the words, the letters in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, we have the H as well. There are two different letters that are used for it in different contexts. We have the H there on top. It's like a chord. It is like rope, let's say, and the other H is it looks a bit like a building. Now, both of them are connected with the same idea. So, what is the H about? It is all about finding a logical connection within, not just with air in it or with the association of air. Better said is it finds a logical connection not just within a frame but within a space, let's say a spatial frame. That's what you have basically. So what's the difference between the two letters? The H on top is actually it's a sign also of the Milky Way, of how things hang together there. So you have in the heavens, you have certain pinpointing centers like the stars, and if you find a connection with it, a logical connection, that's what is expressed by H. The same thing you have on Earth. On Earth you have also frameworks like buildings indeed, or objects or whatever, and when you wrap them within one environment, so that you create also another frame, and this frame is as if you wrap it within one space and you try to measure it within this space. If you have a wire also, you can measure it also, how large these spaces are and so on. You can use it in a mathematical way as well. That's the H, is the all about framework within a space. Very different, so because we had now house, will be mouse. So mouse will not use the H, but it will use the letter M. So we'll first take the hieroglyph, the ancient hieroglyph of M, and this has this form, or it is associated with this form, and the N is just one of these vibrations that comes out of it. What is it about? It seems like water, but actually it is about mass. The M itself is about mass. All mass is just like water, fills in all directions. It fills in not just the space within the frame, but it's also extending outside the frame as large as possible. So what do we have with mouse? Mouse, the M frame within one square. It will remain within that square. But if we have another context like the O and the U, which is actually extending the environment, and with the in an incomplete way, we will get somewhere else. But first compare it. So if we see the frame, if we look at the frame of the square, and we will take the incomplete environment and have the association within it, like with the H, we will take out separate frames within the square, and we already have the beginning of house. As you can see, you have the incomplete parts within the spatial references of the frame. With mouse, it's different. With the mouse, not only you have the extension of environments, we have the incomplete extensions, so we can get anywhere, but we'll get outside the box. It will create a completely different form. So the forms are extending, are going out of it, and so on. So when we play with it, we will get incomplete forms out of it, and when we will add the effect of it, of the S, as we have here, with some extensions, with some emphasis on extensions, we will easily get forms that go into the directions of mouse. It's not so clear with squares. It's much more clear with the circles of environments. It's not about the within the frame, it's about environment. The O is emphasized that it will grow, and with the effects on it, we will easily and quickly get the form of a new frame, of an outside frame, of what fits with the mouse. And that's how you see that you get a different form or a different formation process with the word house compared to the word mouse. And this is the effect of mouse compared to house. It's different. I hope you understand how it works. This is just another demonstration of the sound inform theory, which you can find in the total book of Sound Inform, but it's maybe best to go for the separate books with some extra demonstrations in it, development of the word for the theory and the application of the word, of where you can find the theory when you try to apply it to, for instance, scripts. You start to get a different world of perception, to go to these scripts and try to understand them. It's just the beginning of a study, both of them, but there's enough on it that you can learn it. There's enough on it that you can start the new approach. My videos maybe are even the best demonstrations, some of them better than others, demonstration that show you how this works. This was just mostly about the form and the formation process that you can associate with it, and how this works, and how your mind is directing yourself into a different direction undeliberately, because we're not very conscious of about it, but it is a method which is a natural, which has a natural order underneath it, just like an order of the letters. There exists an order of the numbers. They all naturally took form after lots of history behind it. But that's another story. You can of course explain how it comes that it is meaningful. How does it come that it works? But we can make it even more conscious, as I showed you here in this video. I hope this was another good demonstration to get used to this method. Thanks again. Bye bye.